Alright guys, we're back out in the water right here. I just finished this evening. I've just been cranking, frogging, throwing top water and stuff. They just haven't really been hitting me for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't really figure them out so far, but we're still trying, guys. We'll get there. But anyways, since today wasn't really that good of a day, I figured I'm just gonna do this video, get this out to you guys. All you guys who've been following my Instagram know that I was gonna do like a fall tip video this evening. So here it is. At the end of the day, we're out of the water and getting this video out to you guys. So here it is, the keys to fall fishing success. Alright, to start off, you gotta pay attention to the conditions. If it's windy and sunny, those are prime fall conditions, mainly because the bass are going to get feeding, obviously, because the current and the wind and everything. But the sun, it also helps kind of up the shad activity, if you know what I mean. And in the fall, you usually want to go with like a shad color, like this. I mean, I've been using this one so much. I mean, all the paint's chipped off on the left side, but on the right side, it's pretty much good right here. You guys can see that. This side is chipped, this side is not. I actually like how this side is chipped because it kind of makes it a little flashier, if you guys know what I mean. Like a little flashier, just to imitate like a fleeing shad or something. Another good bait, highly underestimated one, is the jerkbait. These are really overlooked, but they can be some of the most productive baits in your arsenal, especially this time of year. You see a lot of clear water bass jumping and busting on shad. This would be prime time to pick up one of these. Show those schools something different, something that they haven't really been pounded on, and you're sure to get them. It has really erratic action. This is a floating one, so you just let this one float to the top and then slash it back down. It just drives them. It's absolutely nuts, especially when they're real active. And another good bait to throw this fall is actually top water. It doesn't really matter if you got like a popper, spook, stuff like that. But another underestimated one is actually the frog. A lot of people like to throw these up in mats and stuff, but these actually can give you some really good results in open water, especially around like rocky banks, just grass flats, stuff like that. It doesn't really have to be in the thickest matted vegetation in a lake that you're fishing. It just needs to just be covered, some sort of cover that's going to get them there. Little tip, you always want that belly to be white, because you're trying to imitate a shad there. I'm sorry about that. There's a train over there. There's railroad tracks that run through here. Yeah, you guys definitely want that white belly, because you're trying to imitate like a wounded shad on the surface when you're kind of walking that frog back and forth, twitching it. The real cool thing about this specific striking one is that they put a little rattle in it. Well, this one might have come out, I don't know, but they do put rattles in these. And what it'll do is it'll make a clicking noise, and it absolutely drives those bass nuts. Like, you twitch it once, it clicks, it just keeps clicking. It just drives me absolutely crazy. I really like how they did that, but I mean, I can't really hear any kind of rattle in this frog. I don't really know if a bass like tore it out or something, but I've caught quite a few fish in this lure, so it's probably what happened. I don't really know how it came out, but I don't know. I can't hear anything. But they did they do put rattles in these. I think I got another one here. Yeah, this one's in here. You can kind of hear it. They do put rattles in there. It seems subtle, but like under the water, it absolutely drives those bass absolutely nuts. And I actually like to keep my skirts on these real short. It'll be easier for me to work it through cover and walk it and stuff. You'll also get more hookups, because then there's not really that much debris of skirt material in the way for the bass to to short strike on it, and they'll miss the hook. I'll kind of be pulling on the skirts. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Actually, I'll keep my skirts real short. Just for that reason, just because it's easier to work it through there, and like I said, they're not really. You're going to be getting a lot more hookups because those bass don't really have much material to get caught up in. Buzz baits are also a really good pick. I prefer to put white skirts, and I tip them with a little swim bait here. This swim bait, you guys probably wondering why I have it upside down like that. I was literally just using this. The reason is this buzz bait, it's kind of like got like a curve in it, like where the hook's like bend in an awkward position. Like you can't really bend it back, but I kind of just figured it'd be like more straight if it was hooked like the opposite way. It still works fine. I mean, I was catching a lot of good fish on this earlier, but unfortunately I didn't really land any of them, which I don't really know how that's catching, but I hooked a lot of fish on this thing earlier. I lost one that was probably 4 pounds. Like he was kind of fighting me, like right by me, and I was getting ready to land him, and then he just jumps and then throws it right out of his mouth, like literally like right in front of me. It's pretty frustrating, but I just couldn't really get much hits in it for that. I did catch 1 3-pounder off of a red crankbait. I was using red because there's a lot of like bluegill and crawfish in the area, so it would definitely match the forage a little bit better. Another good pick is spinner baits and chatter baits. Here I got a Z-Man. I tipped it with another small swim bait. The thing about fall is, do not be afraid to use big baits. Like baits like anywhere from like 2.5 inch, 3 inch crankbaits, all the way up to, let's say, 6 inch swim baits. Do not be afraid to throw those, because the bass, the shad are big this time of year. They've had all year to grow, and those bass are going to be gorging on them for the coming winter. So definitely do not be afraid to throw the biggest baits in your box, and it might help you land some of those fall giants that are stocking up for the winter. Here I got a swim jig. Just tipped it with a, this is a Zoom Super Fluke. This is a swimming Super Fluke Junior. It's like the smaller 4-inch version. Makes a good trailer, as you guys can see. I really like these trailers on my swim jigs because they're like a little thinner towards the end. You get a lot more action out of them. With the Zooms out, I tend to like to keep these thicker ones in my chatterbaits and buzzbaits and stuff like that, because it's like thicker and there's more like vibration, so it'll move a lot better. But for my swim jigs, I don't really have a blade or anything. I definitely like to have this type of trailer with them. What else we got here? Also, let's say rain blows through your area. A good tip was, let's say the water's like slightly dirty or a little bit muddy. Instead of going with your typical like shad color, I would either like throw like instead of like a flashy version, maybe like a here I got 2 of them tangled together here. Maybe like a painted white one like this. If depending on the water clarity, since these ones are painted, they can probably see it a lot better. Whereas this is pretty clear. It'll kind of blend in with the water. So definitely throw something that's bright, maybe even like a yellow. Like I said, depending on how dirty the water is. If the water's real muddy, might want to pick up this yellow one and chuck that in there, bang it off some rocks, get some reaction strikes. And you also want to use very erratic retrieves, especially with crankbaits and chatterbaits, because it'll get you a lot more bites. I remember last December, it was really warm. We had a really warm winter last year. It was December, and I was literally burning these things literally as fast as I can possibly reel it, and I actually caught a 9-pound bass doing it. A true story. I got a picture of it. If you guys, I'll probably post that up on my Instagram for you guys to see. This was December. It was actually right back here in the spot that I'm fishing at. just burning it through, absolutely chucking it and burning it right into the current, and this big old bass just slammed the heck out of it. So definitely do not be afraid to twitch this thing, or just do something different. Do something that'll trigger them to bite. Also, if you're fishing heavily pressured waters, throw something that fish haven't seen. Like, those fish are definitely going to be seeing a lot of crankbaits, a lot of swim baits, chatterbaits. Instead, what I would recommend doing is throwing something different. Like, here, what do I got here? Like, just something that they haven't seen, whether it's like a rattle trap or maybe even a spoon, like a small spoon or something. I think I got one in here somewhere. Hold on. I know I had one. I don't know where it went. I did have one. It was like a little 4-inch spoon. I might have put it away before I left. Oh, here it is. I got it for you guys. Alright. Yeah, throw something that those fish haven't seen. Here's a spoon here for you guys. See, you want to imitate like a shad, like, especially with these, because these kind of thing with these is you rip them up and then they like flutter down. You imitate like something dying. You definitely want to downsize when you're fishing pressured bass, especially in the fall, because like I said, those bass are going to be seeing a lot of traditional style lures. Just throw something different at them. Maybe even tip this little grub if it doesn't really affect the action. So like I said, those are just some quick fall tips. You definitely want to imitate shad. The only real scenario where I would switch colors, like I said, when you're fishing dirty water. And don't underestimate frogs. I was throwing this for quite a bit, and I chucked it on the bank and pulled it up. And as soon as that thing hit the water, a bass like kind of swiped at it and missed it. But I didn't get him. I threw it back there, but he must have been scared off. My reel 8 1-to-1 lose tournament MB. Pretty much standard frogging setup, 7-foot medium heavy. I don't really like to go too heavy when you're frogging, just because I don't really think it's necessary. I think it's easier if you just use something lighter. And sometimes even jigs and Texas rigs work when they're not really chasing stuff. Say it's real sunny, real calm. Throw a jig out there, throw a Texas rig. And by the way, you guys are probably wondering my top 5 biggest bass in the past 2 weeks here. I know all you guys who've been following my Instagram know that every 2 weeks I'm gonna do like kind of a highlight clip where I basically just tell you guys my top 5 big ones, and how I caught them and all that stuff. Trying to put all these lures back in here. So, I didn't really have too good of a 2-week run. I mean, I was real busy a lot of the time. But when I did get out to fish, I think the biggest one I caught this month was a 3.5 pounder, which isn't bad, but it's not good either. I don't know, but these are Illinois ponds. Like, these aren't like California lakes or anything like that. This isn't Texas, California. I have caught bass like capable of reaching double digits out of here. I'm not joking. I caught one last year that measured 26 inches. This year I caught multiple 9-pounders, as well as with one that might have went for 10 or so. Like I said, I got most of these pictures on my Instagram. So the biggest one, 3.5 pounder. How I caught that one? There's, you know those like little corners when you go up to the lake, and there's like corners, like, and there's like normally like a drain that flows current in there. There was one of those, and there was a little pocket of algae there. I threw it right over that algae, and I got a big blow up, and then he missed it, and I threw it right back in there, and I got him. It was 3.5, 4 pounder. That's probably the biggest one. of this month. Measured about 18, 19 inches. If I had to measure out my top 4, they'd probably all be about the same size, probably about 18 inches. Not really a good run, but hey, I'm still trying to figure these fish out. And once I figure them out, it's gonna be lights out. You guys probably already know that. So yep, there was just some quick fall tips. I hope you guys enjoyed, and keep subscribing. And I will, when I get those MTVs, and you guys seem to really dig those. So I'm probably going to get those out to you guys soon, as well as some other reviews and stuff like that. But before we leave, I also really want to tell you that a really good bait's thrown in the fall. I don't really mention it here because I don't really bring my plastics with me. But a soft jerk bait, you know, those flukes and stuff, those are definitely really effective, especially this time of year. It doesn't really matter if they're active or they're not active. They work like basically any time of the year, especially the fall when you want to use like a white, like a pearl color, around this time of year, because like I said, those bass are gonna be feeding on shad. You basically just fish it like you would a jerkbait, and if you wanted to, you can even like skip it across the top. Like I've caught fish doing that, like kind of working it like you would a spook. I've actually caught fish doing that, so definitely really effective bait. I highly recommend throwing it. The difference between a soft jerkbait and a regular jerkbait is that soft jerkbait is weedless. You can get those things up in areas where you wouldn't be able to get a regular jerkbait, and like for example, if there was like a lot of submerged grass and stuff, I wouldn't be able to get a jerkbait in there because those troubles probably snag, and I'd have to reel it in and take the weeds off, throw it in. Thing with the fluke is you rig that thing weightless on a Texas style rig. You throw that out there, you can literally pop it right through those weeds and nothing will get caught on it. So that's just quick little tip. Like I said, keep subscribing and enjoy. I mean, if you dislike this video, please, like I said, it'd be nice if you guys can give me reason why you guys dislike certain videos and stuff. Just give me, let me know if there's anything I can do for you guys to improve or whatnot. So that's pretty much it. Be sure to enjoy and stay tuned on next Friday for the next video. Like I said, all you guys follow my Instagram know that I now do a video every 2 days. You guys seem to like them a lot, want them a lot more often. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.